entertained? Are you not entertained?
Gladiator is one of the few films to really capture the sheer scale, intensity, and drama of Rome in ancient times. Ridley Scott's Gladiator, released 2 decades ago, didn't just bring ancient Rome to life, it renewed the epic genre and set a new standard for historical films. In this video, we'll find out what makes Gladiator the ultimate cinematic look at ancient Rome. From Scott's realism to the powerful performances and unforgettable battle scenes, this movie is seen as a triumph for cinema. Let's get started, guys! But before you do, hit the subscribe button. Make sure you're always updated on all the great new videos that Real Dash offers. It's pretty much impossible to discuss epic movies without talking about Gladiator. In 2000, Ridley Scott signed up for an enormous challenge, bringing back to life ancient Rome and all of its grandeur, grit, and bloodshed. Scott's vision was no small one, as this was not a light task. But what makes Gladiator the definitive movie about ancient Rome isn't just a great story. It's the mind-blowing realism, innovative shot work, and raging recitations that made it a modern-day epic. So why is Gladiator the best movie about Rome? Let's break it down.
My name is Maximus Meridius, commander of the armies of the north.
The movie starts on the battlefield, immersing us in a giant clash between Roman legends, who we are shown are led by General Maximus, and an army of Germanic tribes. Gladiator makes it clear from the first sword clash that it's not holding back. Scott's collaboration with cinematographer John Matheson is a big part of this visceral experience. Matheson's work on Gladiator played a part in setting the realist design of the film. He avoided flashy effects and elaborate shots that would have ripped us out of the story. His camera work was simple. He chose to film using Super 35 format instead of anamorphic camera. This design saved time on set and limited lighting setups for the small unit. And his choice paid off, especially in those opening, cold, chilly forest battle scenes, giving the film a naturalistic, gritty tone. No wonder why he earned an Academy Award nomination for it. He truly mastered the art of capturing the raw nature of battle and rooted us in the world of Rome in each frame he painstakingly constructed.
We've got a better chance of survival if we work together.
What Scott and Matheson zeroed in on was the tactile realism of the combat scenes. The use of a 45-degree shutter angle added an intense feeling to some of the battle sequences we witnessed. Inspired by Saving Private Ryan's depiction of the brutality of war, this approach involves placing the audience directly in the middle of battle. In every clash of those Roman soldiers with their enemies' movements, you can see sharp, aggressive precision. In fact, for scenes filmed toward the end of the battle, they adjusted frame rates even more to bring out the chaotic strokes of swords through the air, making it look almost painterly, a combination of raw violence and artistic finesse. Scott's use of location and set design goes beyond the battles. So instead of ancient North African settings, he picked Morocco, and he used a Maltese military fort as the palatial district of Rome. Arthur Max's production design brought Gladiator's audience to the heart of the empire. Particularly interesting pieces were Max's work on the Colosseum. The upper levels were completed using CGI, with only part of the iconic structure built physically. For its time, this was groundbreaking, but it wasn't only about showing off technical prowess. It was creating a believable world where audiences could feel immersed. More so, Gladiator boasts extremely striking lighting and color palette. Battle scenes were seen as cold and wintry with uncorrected Kodak Vision 200T film, and natural light was filtered through flame reds and deep reds for North African scenes. The scenes did not use any artificial lighting, making them look surreal and vibrant. This form of layered authenticity enables the film to feel organic and overly emotional, but not overpowering to the viewer. The cinematography is more than simply beautiful. It's immersive, making you feel like you're a part of Maximus's journey from a celebrated general to a betrayed slave with a singular goal of revenge. And of course, Joaquin Phoenix's portrayal of Commodus also makes the film all the more rich. Phoenix's performance, inspired by the real historical figure who notoriously declared himself a god and fought as a gladiator, imbues layers of vulnerability with the madness of power. To deepen this portrayal, Scott and Matheson employed specific lighting techniques. For example, they would frequently use soft lighting and diffusers to throw shadows over Commodus's face, creating his darker side. This wasn't random lighting, it was part of displaying Commodus's descent into paranoia and obsession, making him one of the most memorable villains of modern cinema. Another thing Gladiator does great are the fight scenes. Each of the battles is unique in Scott's direction, but it's the scenes from the Colosseum that stand out. Scott and Matheson preferred tracking shots that let us follow Maximus from start to finish. The fight scenes flow naturally, in part because the camera work feels almost like choreography. With every blow, with every breath, we know the weight. When tigers are introduced into the Colosseum, the stakes are raised even higher. The fact that these were real tigers raises the intensity to new heights. And while all of the technical brilliance of Gladiator can't be denied, it's the emotional weight of this film that makes it unforgettable. Gladiator is as much about revenge as it is about a man who has lost everything, yet still finds a way to fight for honor and justice.
And I will have my vengeance, in this life or the next.
Russell Crowe trucks through the role of Maximus, a far from typical action hero. He is deeply flawed, haunted by past sins, but driven by a hard-to-shake loyalty to his family and the Rome he once served. His complexity makes him relatable and provides depth. Russell Crowe's performance is perfectly iconic. Maximus is one of the most compelling characters in modern film because he carries his vulnerability and raw power. Crowe lets us live with Maximus, experiencing his rage, his grief, and his never-dying resolve. It's no wonder he won Best Actor at the Academy Awards for this part, and we hear people still quoting Maximus's speeches, even after 20 years. "Are you not entertained?" is practically part of pop culture at this point. Gladiator isn't just about the hero's journey, though. Luckily for us, Ridley Scott manages to keep the corruption and decadence of ancient Rome explored in the film, too. The moral decay of the empire is personified in Commodus, for instance. His longing for power and warped concept of legacy show the darker side of Rome, of honor as a veneer of greed and personal ambition. The plot between Maximus and Commodus, a man of honor against a king who has become spoiled by power, is an impressive one. It's what makes Gladiator timeless. Integrity versus corruption, loyalty versus betrayal are things that transcend their historical setting. Hans Zimmer and Lisa Gerrard's soundtrack to the film provides another emotional layer. Gladiator's music isn't just mood music. Now We Are Free gives a haunting, beautiful meaning to Maximus's winding journey, sense of the gravity of his losses as well as the hope he has left. Everyone considers Zimmer's work here one of the greatest film scores ever. Not only does it serve to enhance those outrageous action scenes, it cultivates our emotional connection to Maximus and the story and grounds Gladiator as a real modern epic. With all of this, the striking cinematography, the gripping performances, the layered set design, and the evocative score, Gladiator does something rare. While making it an experience applicable to everyone, it brings history to life. That's why, decades later, it still is the ultimate movie about Rome. You don't feel like you're watching a film about winning a battle. You're watching a film about saving a legacy and standing up for something deep within yourself. With the upcoming Gladiator 2 on the horizon, fans are eager to see how Ridley Scott expands on this legacy. Will it have the same emotional impact? Will it provide another hero to win our hearts? Only time will tell, but one thing's for sure, Gladiator was as much of an action movie as it was a historical movie, and Scott set a high bar that is hard to top. Did you enjoy this video? Does Gladiator merit its spot as the best Rome-based movie? If you have any thoughts, feel free to share them in the comments section below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Real Dash for more awesome content like this.